Hello everyone, welcome to issue 29 of our newsletter. This is our weekly video to keep you up to date with the upcoming streams and events. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you for your support and for helping the channel to grow. Alright folks, we are back again another week. Well, if you didn't see the last email or keep up to date with news and events that's happening, you may have noticed a massive uptake in videos over the last 2 days. So basically the reason for that was I did a thing, seemed like a good idea at the time, and then when I was doing it I was like, oh my god, what are you playing at? So I decided to have a movie marathon. So the idea was basically I had a backlog that has been building up over time. You know how you look at a video and you're like, okay, I want to do that movie. Right, I'll get round to that movie, and it doesn't happen. So what happens is your watch list just builds up and then becomes unmanageable. It becomes like a big millstone around your neck. So I thought I'd try and get them all cleared up, and then I thought I'd challenge myself at the same time. So the HORRORific movie marathon came into being. So essentially I started Wednesday night, I think it was 9:15 or 9 o'clock or something like that, and then the idea was just to keep going through. So watch a video, review a video, watch a video, review a video, and try and get the end. So I had 25 movies on the list, and basically I just kept going for 48 hours straight, and it was hell. It was alright at the start. As you know, you're fresh, you're full of beans, you're all excited, you want to get it done. And the first 24 hours actually was a bit of a breeze. That wasn't too bad. It's when you get into the second 24 hours, things start like really becoming difficult. Because it's not like you just put the movie on and you just blindly watch it. You have to think about it, you have to actually watch it and take it in, because you're going to be talking about it like straight after. So you have to pay attention, so that means you're concentrating. So that didn't give me any. So if I had just said I'm going to do a movie marathon and watch a load of movies, that would have been easy. I could have just done that. But the fact you have to review them straight afterwards means you have to be paying attention to the actual movie, or else what's the point? So yeah, I think when I hit movie 15 or so, definitely when I hit 19, I was starting to hallucinate, like proper feeling the effects of sleep deprivation. And also the fact I was just like, I wasn't having dinner or anything, so I was just snacking through it, and I was keeping myself just going because I couldn't waste time. 48 hours to do 25 movies. You think about the average movie is between an hour 20 and 2 hours. That really is no time at all. So yeah, I'd watched one to get me started off, or no, watched two of them to get me started off, because I was able to do the first two reviews quickly because I already watched them that day. But then after that I was just straight into it, and honestly time was tight. When I got to The Witch 2, you probably noticed that there's a bit of a gap because I kind of dozed off. So I think I failed in terms of staying awake the whole time, because I think I got The Witch 2 and actually I did that, and oof, when you open your eyes, you're like, oh shit, what was that? And it must have been about an hour or something. I don't know what time I finished the last review. It must have been about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and then it was like lunchtime, and then I had to rewatch it again because I'd forgotten the plot completely, and it was really convoluted. Not only that, it's in Korean with English subtitles, so you're having to read. You know, a lot of the movies actually I did was in subtitles, so you're having to read. You don't have the luxury of just, you know, sort of doing that and listening to the words. You had to actually watch the screen. I think that was my worst review, not worst movie, worst review, because I was just in pieces. But it was weird. See, when you go through like exhaustion and tiredness and you get through the other side, you almost get like a second wind, and then you hit it again and it's worse. So I think I went through that about 2 or 3 times where you actually go right through exhaustion. I don't know, sometimes it's good just to challenge yourself, push yourself, see how far you can do it. But yeah, I got all 25 movies done, and last night I did the final review. It was sort of like, oh my god, it was finished, and I slept heartily until, actually I woke up this morning about 10, so it wasn't too bad. 10 or half 10 I woke up this morning, so that was alright actually. Yeah, so needless to say, I wasn't watching anything today, I was just sort of reflecting. So when I went to create the playlist, so in the email body I've put the image and it's linked to the whole playlist, so if you want to see the journey of me from the start of the experiment, or what is it, experiment challenge, sort of see what I could do, and when I got through the other side, yeah, it's quite interesting. But anyway, I was asked during streams what my sort of favourite movies were, and no way was answering that last night because yeah, my brain was mince. But how do we think about it? So best I can come up with is like a top 3. So I got my top 3 and bottom 3. So with that being said, while I did the movies, top 3: Tale of Two Sisters, Inside, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Tale of Two Sisters, that was really twisted. The way they did that movie and the reveal at the end was fantastic, and it managed to keep things really tense. If it wasn't for the characters, obviously the film wouldn't have worked. It would just been a snore fest, because it's not a gory movie, it's not very much in the jump scares. It's the psychological breaking down of people and revelation of secrets. Inside, that was... I think I was surprised how well I liked that movie. That was my biggest surprise, because I wasn't expecting much, but holy god, that movie is intense. I mean, it leaves no illusions to what you're watching, like from the very start of it, and I wasn't expecting anything from it, because I don't watch the trailers or anything, you know what I mean? I just pick a movie. I don't bother watching trailers for movies and about the review, because I don't want it soured. So when I'm picking random ones, I just look at the synopsis and I go with it. But yeah, that one I was really surprised how well that turned out, and definitely well worth the watch. And then Invasion of the Body Snatchers, all-time classic. It's what I'm always going to watch again, and what I really enjoyed, not just how something can take over and how people can be unaware and then complicit, and then before you know it, you're captured. It's interesting how people work. Bottom three would have to be Blood Rain 2. That film was just terrible. It was cheesy in all the wrong ways. There's no need to be, especially when you see the other two films. Each of the films had a different actress as well playing Rain. The other two performances were decent. This one was terrible, and just the whole premise, it just did not work. Alice in Terrorland was abysmal. I had hopes for that, and it just didn't deliver on any shape or form, which was an absolute shame. It could have been something, but it wasn't. And then my biggest disappointment would have to be One Cut of the Dead. Really annoyed with that movie, because I was actually looking forward to it. I liked the premise. I thought with it being J-horror, it was going to deliver, but it just goes to show that the Japanese aren't perfect. They can do some stinkers as well. I think we've just got used to the high quality and a certain insanity, especially with anime, but it did not translate on the film. That was once you've watched the first 30 minutes of it, that's the movie, and really the rest didn't serve any purpose. So there you go, that was that. I don't think I'll be doing something like this anytime soon. That was brutal. I really felt it. Plus, I didn't feel like I got to spend enough time. Normally when I watch a movie and I do a review, reviews are a bit longer. I do go into depth. I'll try to anyway, and go through what I think, where this was more like a production line of, right, I've seen it, yes, it was a thing, done, next movie. And I don't think I was given my best reviews, and I don't want to be that. So I don't, something like this is good for a challenge, but I don't think it's good as a reviewer, if that makes sense, because there's some of those movies I would like to go over again, just because I don't think I give them, especially ones I liked, or wasn't, I didn't hate, but maybe I didn't give them a fair review because it was just quick, okay, that was a thing, done. Especially towards the end, you probably noticed round about the late teens, 20 mark, I was hurting. I really was. I was hurting to do them. Who would have thought watching movies? That sounds like a dream job. Oh, just watch movies and talk about them. Nah. Anything that involves work and effort, that includes mental energy. Physical stuff you can switch your brain off and crack on. But when you're having to expend mental energy as well, it's not good, especially with sleep deprivation. That was part of the experiment as well, see how far I could go and push myself and what effect it would have. So there you go. That was the thing. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. But in the email body, I've put the link to the playlist. You check the channel, the playlist is up as well if you want to go through them. And don't forget as well, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Really appreciate it. Help that algorithm grow and all that there. But also, like to hear from you. Anyway, I suppose I may crack on the upcoming streams, which will only be happening one at a time. I'm not running for 24 hours or 48 hours straight. Okay then. Monday, 13th of May, Steve and I are back on looking at the Hammer horror movies with Quatermass 2. This is the one we skipped to get the Dracula because I got excited when I saw Dracula, and completely missed this one. So we're going back. It's another black and white film, and carry on. I think there's 3 of these in total. I think the next one's Quatermass in the Pit, so there's 3 of these in total. So yeah, be interesting just to go back. Look at classic horror. What's really interesting is actually what the technology was able to do back in the day when they didn't have anything like we do now, yet they were able to make good, watchable movies. It just goes to show that having all the tools and toys doesn't make you a good presenter, doesn't make you a good entertainer. It's the content, what you actually produce at the end, and everything else is just the little smattering on the top, just the tidy things, and just make it a bit more presentable. But if you don't have a good story and the characters, doesn't mean anything. But yeah, it'll be good to go back over this and look at some classic horror with Steve as always, and I'm sure there'll be an odd dad joke here or there thrown in. Tuesday the 14th of May then, I'm back with Brotherhood of Dice and Infinite Monkey Tales as we carry on with the Alien RPG, the Dakota's Train trilogy. We're on session 12 now, and we're into Act 2 of Destroyer of Worlds. So we've all gathered, we're just outside the base, Fort Nebraska. Things are really kicking off, and we're about to go in and basically find out what might be on level 3 if we can get there. I think it might be a few things getting in the way before we get there. It won't be just straight in the door. I don't think Phil runs the games that way. You don't just go from A to B. It's always a little challenge along the way, and you're not always expecting it. But yeah, as always, love playing with these guys. It's a great RPG, it's a good game. The Alien universe is brilliant. Just a shame the movies didn't bother your backside with the recent iterations pay homage and understand there was a fantastic universe to be used. They just stuck with, I don't know what they were playing at, but I think they focused too much on the xenomorph and not telling a good story. And then, especially with Prometheus, Ridley Scott blamed the fact that fans didn't see a xenomorph, and that was the excuse for the second one. No, it was just storytelling. But hey ho, it is what it is. Like I said, the playing the game isn't taken away. The movies don't take away from the game, etc. And plus, you're making your own entertainment. So at the end of the day, it could be the best game on the planet, but if you don't have the right players, the right person running it, it's not going to be good. So it's all about team effort. Everyone's together to try and tell a good story and have fun. And obviously, we get to share it with you as well. So there you go. Looking forward to that. Then Thursday, the 16th of May, I'm back on with Dale, and we are looking at What We Do in the Shadows, the pilot episode, and City Council. This is the spin-off series from the movie by Taika Waititi, and this time they've set it in America rather than New Zealand, as a different bunch of characters. But I have watched the first couple of seasons of this, and it's funny. You know what I mean? It carries the same humor. It doesn't really get changed just because of location. So that's one thing about it. And yeah, even with the mockumentary style, they managed to tell an engaging plot. So there's a storyline going along as well. So quite clever. But yeah, and always great to be on with Dale and have a laugh and talk things through. We're primarily looking at New Zealand horror, etc. But obviously this is a branch off, and we thought we'd look at the series. And then, like I said, what we're doing is we're switching them around. So we'll be doing a movie after this one, and then we'll go back to Wellington Paranormal and crack on with that. So there you go. Fun as always. Then Tuesday the 21st of May, I'm on with Chris, and we are covering Final Destination. So same as with Dale, we are doing the same thing. We are doing alternative franchises, so keeps things fresh as well, especially after watching bloody Sharknado. There's no way I'm watching 6 Sharknadoes in a row. That was abysmal. So at least Final Destination I know is a good movie. So I can at least enjoy it. Be interesting to see the sequels again, because I have seen them, but it's been that long. I don't think I was paying attention at the time, you know, and like I said, you can watch something and just not pay attention. I think that's the case with those. So it'd be good to go back, review this franchise too, and just look at the various aspects of the storytelling and what they put together. So there you go, that is that. Nice and quick, busy week. As always, this isn't a definitive list, so I'll be adding things in here and there as they come up when we get organised. So just leaves me to say, keep up to the channel, do the type of things. Until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.